In Western Canada, confirmation tonight that 4 homes have been destroyed, at least 10 other properties damaged by a wildfire that continues to threaten communities in northern British Columbia.
For those families, I feel really, really bad. And, I hope that we're going to be able to do everything we can to help them.
An evacuation order remains in place for residents of Fort Nelson, BC. The mayor says he hopes residents will be allowed to return in the coming days, but they could be waiting another week. The fire is not expanding, but the situation unpredictable, with the area experiencing volatile winds. They're known as zombie wildfires, fires that burn below the surface through the winter and can surge back to life in the spring. Across Western Canada, zombie fires are making life more difficult right now for firefighters. CTV's Kamil Karamali has that.
This out-of-control wildfire in the Northwest Territories was once dormant, smoldering underground for months, now sparked back to life.
As we move into spring and our fuels start to dry out again, those fires almost wake back up.
Just one of the so-called zombie fires that lay in hiding over the winter months.
There's no guarantee that as the snow continues to melt in some regions, that more of these don't appear.
More than 100 of these holdover fires laying idle across Western Canada, the large number due to last year's record-breaking wildfires.
It's a concern, it doesn't just affect last year, it also affects this year, obviously, as well.
Now, zombie fires believed to be playing a role in the early start to the season. In BC, roughly 90 of the holdover fires crammed into the region surrounding Fort Nelson, which is under evacuation order. One of them, the Patry Creek wildfire, has already reignited and spread out of control. It all starts with the initial wildfire, which then spreads into the underground peat layer. And although the cooler conditions later in the year may play a role in putting out the initial fire, it still continues to smolder below the surface. The fire can also spread not only deeper, but laterally too. Once the weather warms up, fires can come back to life where they first started, or even reappear in another location nearby. They're tough to put out while underground.
They're nearly impossible to do it with manpower. They're so deep into the ground.
And what that means for future wildfire seasons.
They could become more prevalent as the climate does change.
Now, wildfire officials are hoping to use this surge in holdover fire figures to learn some lessons in prevention, perhaps searching for new ways to put them out during the winter months. Todd.
CTV's Kamil Karamali.